When Aaron Rodgers appeared at the Kentucky Derby on May 2, 2025, he was in the middle of a storm. The storm of rumors, speculations, and predictions was everywhere when no one knew if and when he was going to land in the Pittsburgh Steelers locker room. That was the time when, among many critics and opinions, the Steelers legend Terry Bradshaw made a shocking statement about the free agent quarterback, to which Rodgers gave an answer recently. But before learning about Bradshaw's comment and Rodgers' answer to it, let's focus on how the Steelers insider revealed the true colors of the Steelers QB. The 41-year-old QB finally signed a one-year, $13,650,000 deal with the franchise. And days ago, he also started practicing at his 21st NFL training camp, out of which 18 were with the Packers and 2 with the Jets. During this training camp, a reporter who closely covers the Steelers training camp wrote an unexpected note on Rodgers' real nature. Steelers reporter unpacked Aaron Rodgers' true nature. Mark Kaboly, a well-known insider of the franchise, has been covering the Steelers from day one of the training camp. He generally posts about the on-field happenings when he covers the training camp, but on July 26th, he went off the track for an important revelation. He talked about Rodgers. Kaboly wrote, "I've talked to Aaron Rodgers a couple of times since he signed, and in every encounter, he comes across as a personable and down-to-earth guy," Kaboly said. And also added, "I always have and always will say that you need to make your own decisions about people and not what other people might say about a person." Kaboly might be referring to those people and their comments against whom Rodgers calmly fought. He had also dodged one of the verbal shots from Steelers legend Bradshaw when Rodgers' possibility was coming on the floor for the first time. But after the 4-time Super Bowl winner's harsh words to Rodgers, recently, the 41-year-old QB still offered Bradshaw an olive branch. Rodgers showed a unique gesture to Terry Bradshaw's critical comment. When Rodgers was rumored as the Steelers' QB 2 months ago, Bradshaw said, "What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? That guy needs to stay in California. Go somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there." He had also called the then rumors a joke. But Rodgers hasn't spared the comment live on air and replied to it. Rodgers, after coming to the Steelers locker room and starting training camp, said on July 26th, "I've known Terry for a long time, being a part of Fox. Terry's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. He's had a legendary career in the media. But Terry, like a lot of people, doesn't know me." Rodgers continued, "And so he's got an idea of what he thinks about me based on what I've done, the documentary, what I've said, Darkness Retreat, whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level. I feel like if he gave me a chance to get to know him, then we'd have a good friendship." And finally said, "So, I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level if he's open to it. And maybe we can go chew some bark or whatever the hell he's talking about together." Aaron Rodgers showed maturity while receiving the harsh comments and also showed patience in giving a tight, yet respectful reply. There is a reason why Rodgers is admired even after 21 years in the league. The Pittsburgh Steelers continue to demonstrate their dominance in the market they call home. Everyone in the city knows that their favorite sports team is the Steelers. The Penguins and Pirates hold popularity around town, but neither has jumped ahead of the top dog. Football is loved in the Steel City, and it has brought many to wonder if an extra team could thrive. A new report has produced a problematic outlook for the United Football League. The report claims 4 of their franchises will be relocated to new cities next season, which would be half of their league. It was also announced in November that the UFL would be expanding its product with 2 extra locations to start the 2026 season. It appears expansion efforts could be on standby with the current relocation concerns. UFL News Hub's website made a bombshell report that the 4 teams searching for a new home include the Memphis Showboats, Birmingham Stallions, Michigan Panthers, and Houston Roughnecks. All 4 teams have struggled to create progressive attendance numbers since the UFL rebranded. It paints a bleak picture as the league desperately shifts to new markets for success. The United Football League bypasses Pittsburgh for other cities for relocation. Pittsburgh has hosted football teams in the past, not named the Steelers. They had an arena football team, the Pittsburgh Power, and a USFL team, the Pittsburgh Maulers. Both failed to produce great success and eventually folded. It wouldn't surprise anyone to see the city eventually receive a spring team if the UFL rebounds from its current shortcomings. According to the report, the United Football League had put out RFP process for new cities before the 2025 season began. We are hearing the new locations are Columbus, Ohio, Florida, Boise, Idaho, and Kentucky. Pittsburgh is not listed as a relocation possibility, and its chances of landing an expansion team appear low. The United Football League is seeking locations where a professional team can be introduced into an underserved market. They must turn a profit with a fan base that is desperate to find a team to root for. The 4 rumored cities in this article would be places without an NFL team to compete with. Depending on where the United Football League expands into Florida, neither city rumored in this situation has a major NFL market surrounding it. Targeting areas where they can build their own fan base and grow the game is a smart strategy by the Spring League. If they fail to succeed in these new markets by selling their version of football, things could become bleak regarding their survival. Currently, the UFL appears to be in a difficult position as it works to rebound during its 2026 campaign. The Steelers continue to dominate the local market, which will likely keep spring football out of the city for the foreseeable future. The Maulers and Power failed to stay in business, but that doesn't mean there is no possibility of a return. Doors could always be opened if the UFL turns things around. One of the Steelers' top undrafted free agents might be lost for the season. Per a report from PennLive's Nick Farabaugh, Steelers rookie tight end DJ Thomas Jones is feared to have suffered a torn Achilles in Sunday's practice. The team has yet to announce the severity of the injury. Thomas Jones was carted off the field Sunday, with trainers examining his left foot/ankle, per The Athletic's Mike DeFabua. Farabaugh reported, "Whenever Thomas Jones moved, he could not put any weight on his left leg. He was carted off the field and did not return." Thomas Jones, who played college football at South Alabama, received the highest non-quarterback UDFA signing bonus in team history earlier this spring. He's listed at fullback on the Steelers roster, but has practiced as a tight end in training camp. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin mentioned Thomas Jones' injury as potentially significant earlier today. If the report is confirmed, Thomas Jones will be the second Steelers tight end to be lost for the season to a torn Achilles, following free agent addition Donald Parham Jr., who is currently on injured reserve. Pat Freiermuth, Jonas Smith, Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, and J.J. Galbraith are the remaining tight ends on the Steelers roster.